Hello strangers of the internet and welcome back to the best YouTube channel in the world.
What did he say?
So obviously the most fun and logical thing for me to do would be invest 10 hours into understanding the technology instead of applying for tech jobs. For the first 30 minutes, I pretended to know nothing about cloud technology. This meant I opened up Google and started searching. The Microsoft page does do a great job of explaining what the cloud is, but reading is boring, so let's enjoy my explanation. At home, you probably have a device, and this device has limited hardware resources. You might be talking about 1 terabyte of storage, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 12 processors, you name it. Microsoft has a lot more. So they offer you these resources under a specific service via monthly subscription. The most common cloud services that you probably have used are cloud storage, gaming, and some sort of computing. Obviously, for this video, to make a commercial cloud is quite out of reach. However, I plan on making a personal private cloud for storage. The first step to making my private cloud storage was a second device. Luckily, I was able to resurrect my childhood laptop.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
I'm sure you can imagine that childhood me was using Windows, which means we completely need to reformat the hard drive. You can't see it, but I've pulled it out and I've attached it externally to my laptop. We should do a quick verification that this is the right... Yeah, okay, so D drive is the one we will be reformatting. Okay, yeah, it was detected. Congratulations, you're really smart. Okay, so format. Nope, don't talk about that. 237, yep. I read a little bit about exFAT, but we're not, because that's, from what I can tell, mostly for external stuff that you plug in and plug out, and this will stay as a constant internal drive on the laptop, so it's going to keep NTFS. And then I'm just going to restore device defaults. Volume label, I don't know, I'm not going to write anything there. And quick format, because I read that a normal format basically is going to wipe everything, and it's if you're going to sell the device, sell the hard drive. We're obviously not going to be selling the hard drive. I'm going to keep it regardless, so quick format sounds good enough to me. Yes. So the disk was obviously successfully reformatted. There's absolutely nothing on it, which is what we wanted, and now I need to make the bootable. We're using ubuntu server. I probably said that wrong, but we're just going to ignore that completely. And we're going to create that, but I need to reformat my USB stick, which means I need to eject. So that did eject successfully. We are now going to open the internet because that has the server I was running. I've already pre-downloaded, so there's no waiting. You can see, thank you for downloading. It took like 30 odd minutes. It was absolutely crazy. I have my drive here and I'm currently copying it over. It's a little bit slow. I think it's a 3 gigabyte file, so it might take a little bit. But we're basically going to jump from here to me setting up on the computer. I don't think I'll show you the whole installation. I might just show you the start, because there's always some problems with the start configuration. But once it's up and running, there's usually not any problems. So once we get to there, we'll talk then. Short interjection, you can't just copy the file over, you have to flash it. So I'm flashing it. I tried to use Rufus, didn't work. And then while I was booting, obviously didn't work because it wasn't flashed properly. So currently flashing, and yeah, so interjection. Next interjection will be on computer. Alright, welcome back to IRL Sylvester. If we go here, I have disabled secure boot. Apologize, my dog's in the back. We have booting, so it can read the flash drive, which is awesome. And I believe that's all we need to do. So if we exit with saving changes, and then boots, oh, hello YouTube, it should, hopefully, oh, okay, awesome, so there we go. So we can try or install the server, and then whenever it does the thing. So I'm not going to show you this process. The point is, it works, it was flashed. I'll get this installed, and then once this is installed, we'll move to the next part of the video. So I'll see you then. So you're probably thinking, Sylvester, what is going on right now? And I'm going to be completely honest, making this video and watching it back, I'm also completely confused what I was thinking. But here's the update. We've now spent about 3 hours getting to this point. We've got the server up, we've configured it, and now we kind of need to select how we're actually going to make this. And following the arbitrary constraints I put on myself, we have about 7 hours left, which means there is no way I can code some sort of front-end, back-end, database, security, way to host the application. I mean, that part's pretty easy, but we don't have enough time to do like 0 to hero on this kind of solution. So instead, I've decided we'll go the easier route and use NextCloud. And NextCloud is kind of just the software for you. It's open source. It's used commercially, so it's updated quite frequently, not really a security risk. Obviously, I don't need to code too much myself. I need to set it up and then configure. But once I set up and configure, I can play with it, and that'll be much quicker, and it will fit within the time frame. And it will fit the requirements of what we kind of set the goal out to be, which was to just create my own personal private cloud. So this is pretty good. I don't get the coding experience I necessarily wanted to from the first time, but they have an example installation, especially for the server we're running. They use Apache and MariaDB, which should be pretty chill. If you wanted to do this yourself, it's quite good. You just chuck the Ubuntu server up and you follow the installation, and then from that point you need to configure. But I'm going to do this part with the installation, and then once I do the installation, we'll come back. I'll probably show you the computer with it installed. If there's any complications along the way, I'll probably show that, but otherwise it's literally just going to be me copy pasting these commands, and then that might take me however long that takes me. So hopefully I don't have too many of these interjections, but I found a really easy way to just control my server without, obviously needing to do command line on my server. So we're just going to use SSH. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. We're going to install server on my server and then client on this computer. And then obviously server because it's receiving, and client because it's like sending out the request, which made it super simple. So you can just do this, and then if I put in the password, and now we're connected to the server. Like I can mess around. So this is practically as good as it needs to be, because now I can go here and I can, for example, copy paste this command line, and then interjection number 2, obviously it seems that these PHP 7.4 is out of date. I mean, you can just read it and it means it can't find it, but in reality it's just out of date. That's what it is. So I've basically, if I just drag this over, I've done the same thing, but I've completely removed the 7.4 part, so it just installs PHP, which I believe is version 8.2. So if we do this and press yes, and then this will install, and I'll do PHP version, and then that will tell us if the version is working. Hopefully this loads long enough. Okay, it might take a little bit. Sorry, you guys get to wait for the installation process. It shouldn't be too long. We're already at the minute for this segment, but that's okay. We're adding flow into this. Come on. The moment when the last 9%. So then we can do PHP version, and then you can see what PHP is installed. So cool, I didn't need to. I think I can do MariaDB version. Okay, I can't do that. I need to do something else. But that doesn't matter. So this part installed, and then I'm going to do the same installations here. Hopefully, I mean, we can just start installing now, I guess. You guys, I wanted to make you guys watch this, obviously. But yeah, so we install this, and then we're just going to continue following the tutorial. And then once I get to another part, which will probably be the actual installation of, I think, down here. So once you configure, and then you come in here and you go to the NextCloud download page, we'll probably come back when I'm up to that part. So I'll see you then. We made it to the NextCloud download section, so pretty good pace. It's not taking that long. I say that like I haven't already spent almost an hour, but we basically did the DB, and I didn't want to show you my password. That is not necessary for you guys to see. And now we are downloading. Why I'm making such a big fuss is because obviously if you just press enter, this is going to download the file. I ignore what's currently in my thing. I'm editing and filming. Yeah. Anyway, So we do this, we copy it, we come here, we do sudo wget, we paste that, and that will start downloading the zip file we need, and then we'll unzip it and we'll continue with this stuff. I don't think we need to verify actually, which is awesome. But yeah, we'll wait for this and I'll come back once this is downloaded. So I downloaded the zip and then I removed the zip file, and we obviously have NextCloud now here. It's a directory. We should be doing the Apache web server configuration, but I found a better and quite a lot quicker tutorial on how to set this up. I think it's also more like up to date. So basically I'm gonna do this, and if you read, this changes the ownership of the NextCloud directory to the HTTP user, and the HTTP user is like what Apache and those services run as. So this is important, so they have the correct permissions to edit files, read files, etc. Oh, I forgot to sudo because I'm not root, which is cringe. Okay, so sudo, that works. Now we cd into NextCloud, and from here, this is this guy's password. I don't want to show you my password, so I'm going to edit this and then I'll clear it, and we will be back once. Oh, database user. Yeah, okay, we'll be back once I edit this and change the stuff. We can't actually follow this tutorial directly because he's got like a server that is hosting, so we have a little bit of a default change here. I've just gone to root because I've been annoyed writing sudo. I'm going to clear that. And we basically have those two config files. Let's go with config PHP. I'm going to block this out, but all we basically need to do is add the IP address of your server so it's allowed in trusted domains, obviously. So it's allowed, and I don't think I changed anything else here. So that was literally it. Then you come to, it's up here. I just really don't want to write it out. This one here. And you add in, I'm so sorry for the beeping every 2 seconds as well. You add in this webmaster, document root, directory stuff, and this, and then that's all you need. You can move out of there. And then of course you would do your restart the service, check that it's up and running, which it is. And now we can basically just do the IP address. So I'm going to do it off screen because I just don't want you guys to see what my search history is. I've exposed enough on this last video. 0.18 NextCloud. Very cool. So this is basically all it is. You just type this, NextCloud, enter. It will bring you to the interface. I've already logged in. I don't want you guys to see that part either. Sorry, apologies. It's probably not securing me that much more than it should. But as you can see here, we already have a bunch of default files. I've come here and I've added a photo. And this is different because obviously from the other interface, like this is an SSH into the laptop. I'm obviously not using the laptop. This is a external connection. I went downstairs and used another computer. I could connect to it externally as well. So as of right now, we actually have a cloud up and running. So private cloud. I need to look at like the storage, how much space we truly have, but inherently we've completed our goal, and I think it only took 7 hours to do. So I thought it'd be fun just to show you guys like the end result of everything. So we have the laptop I pulled out of the closet, keyboard, mouse because the keyboard doesn't work, monitor connected to my laptop. Obviously this is an external connection. We SSH'd with this into this. And so right now this is connected on NextCloud, which is an external connection. Technically it's a LAN connection because we're doing it through a private network, and you can only do that being on the network I'm currently on, but we'll just ignore that. Oh yeah, CapCut video that I said. Hopefully you guys make it this far into the video. If you did, please like, please. I want to get 30 subs, which means only one of you need to subscribe. And then we have the Surface Pro 8. This is terrible. Never buy one of these. I'm also sorry for the shaky camera. Oh no, my password. I would change it, but I don't really care. This is not going to stay up for too long. I don't have really a need for this right now. I might in the future, and in the future I'll change it. But yeah, you can see the photo that I uploaded. So anyway, we'll go back to my analysis, like final conversation points on the blackboard. Well, congratulations on making it to practically the end of the video. There's obviously, we've reached probably like 8 hours in terms of actual working, but I'm going to round up to 10 because I also had to make the video, and the video took more than 2 hours, so we're just going to round up and say we've hit 10 hours. I would like to move on to doing something else. We've obviously configured the whole OneDrive. I didn't test it too much. We know we can upload a video, we know we can upload photos, and we know we can upload some sort of data, which is really all you need from some sort of private storage. The security is weak, so if you go into NextCloud and then security and setup warnings, we obviously have a bunch of warnings we'll need to fix. And this is if we were to do a future video, I would first fix this immediately. I'm obviously planning on taking this down. Like, as soon as this video is completely done, I am shutting off the server. But, then also bring the server back up. This would be one of the first things I fix, because this is what's currently a weakness in the site and would cause serious problems. Like, I'm sure you could exploit this quite easily. Saying that, I'm sorry we didn't do a Hack the Box video or Splunk alerts, but this felt more fun for me, more interesting. I felt like I learned more from this, and hopefully you guys enjoyed like a different style of video. So if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. This would mean a lot to me. I'm almost at 30 subscribers. I had a dream where I hit like 3,000, but I woke up and I was like, no, and I didn't even post it. It made no sense why I hit 3,000. I just woke up one day and had 3,000 subscribers. It didn't make sense, but hopefully this like slightly increased quality of video and type of video is more interesting for you guys. So yeah, again, one last time, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.